trucking around here.
In the Rwenzori Mountains near Uganda's equator, babies have a 1 in 3 chance of living to the age of 5. With some research and a whole lot of care, maybe we can better that chance of life to 1 in 2. I'm Zach White. Welcome to Occupation Human. Sometimes it's enough to make you cry or drop to your knees in disbelief. Death is inevitable for all of us, but for some reason, enjoying the basic necessities in life is like hitting a global lottery. Having what you need often depends on which piece of earth you were born on. For the Bakonjo people in the Rwenzori Mountains, reality is far different from the West. There is no money anywhere, and healthcare is virtually non-existent. This is their story and their journey to a better life. Goats, lots of them. In Buyandiko village, dairy goats are changing things. They're being raised for milk instead of being eaten. Villagers are coming together for the first time to share their successes and celebrate in them together. Goat milk is nourishing their babies and raising income for their children's school fees. On top of that, the village council is operating a tax system that benefits everyone. 10% of milk and meat profits are used to create exciting new programs, the latest of which is beehives for honey.
And we bought 7 beehives. From 7 beehives, we got 1 jerrycan of honey. We sold it at 150,000 shillings. Now we have got 50 beehives. We have not yet harvested. We don't know. We're expecting millions of money.
At over 5,000 feet above sea level, the rainmakers, or the Rwenzori Mountains, have the capacity to grow plants at an incredible rate. The mountain's amazing capacity to grow plants is why goats, who eat everything in sight, are a successful match for these villages. The thousands of flowers that bloom from the hundreds of plant species are why bees are so happy to produce honey at such a staggering rate. The new skills it takes to produce honey and raise goats are testing the villagers and changing their views about the future. In the villages, women and children spend hours each day walking back and forth to springs and streams to fetch water. Wood and food need to be harvested and transported, and most of the women on this road carry average loads of 80 kilograms on their backs, climbing and descending 400 meters in elevation every day of the week for hours at a time. It's grueling. The heavy loads cause long-term injuries. So 2 years ago, a high school student named Carly Jefferson raised enough money for 20 donkeys, and she gave them to 20 women. The program is a great success. Healthcare, or the lack thereof, is the #1 issue in the Rwenzoris, even for animals. All of the donkeys miscarried in their first year on the mountain because of malaria. They don't adapt as quickly or as cheaply as goats to the new environment. Malaria in the same swath is cutting its way through the villages, causing deaths of infants on a monthly basis. Alarmingly, no one in this village has been tested for HIV and AIDS. Instead, people believe that they're afflicted by the world's worst case of malaria in history. That's just not true. It's estimated that the HIV rate in the 4 villages we worked with is somewhere between 50 and 70%. These debilitating numbers are due simply to the lack of education. Dysentery kills children because food and waterborne illnesses are left unchecked. There is limited education to teach hygiene or safe sexual health practices. To top it off, Childbirth takes place in mud huts over 15 kilometers away from the nearest medical outlet. It's easy to get deflated by this kind of poverty, but being deflated gets you absolutely nowhere. The villages are working hard with their income projects to raise the money they need to build a new medical center. At a cost of 10 to 15 million shillings, roughly 5,000 to 7,500 US dollars, the task will not be an easy one, but it is happening. On top of that, they also need to pay school fees for as many children in the village as possible. That costs about $50 to $75 per student per year. Amazingly, they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Within 3 generations, there will be major lifestyle changes here, as long as the community stays focused and working together, as long as war stays off of their doorstep. The people of the Rwenzoris lead a tough life, but their perseverance is inspiring. This village is a story of renewed hope. Poverty is prevalent, yes. Death is commonplace, but this community is rallying. They're learning how to use their combined resources and energy to maximize its use. Western culture constantly tells us to place importance on glitz, glamour, and overnight success. However, we are becoming increasingly aware of the fact that our simple actions can create a massive ripple effect around the world. We know that helping others to live with greater dignity is our gift to give. We have the power to save a baby's life from malaria. Each and every one of us has the power to change the world. But first and foremost, we have the power to be human. Let's be human. I'm Zach White. This is Occupation Human.